Welcome everyone to a brand new positivity video here from Nikolai's Kitchen. My name is Nick. This show is all about scratch-made food and positive energy, specifically these segments right here about positivity, about making sure that you are living your absolute best life, about channeling as much positive energy as you can into living your best life. I'm also streaming this right now over at twitch.tv/Nikolai's Kitchen. So if you're watching this on the YouTube after the fact, first of all, thank you. Second of all, like, share, subscribe, ding that bell, all that kind of good stuff. But make sure, come over and check these out live. Subscribe to me over on Twitch as well. And then you can catch these live and hang out in the live chat while I record these segments. I just announced that we are going to be doing a live stream on the 28th for AFSP starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be raising money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and I had a discussion with a friend of mine tonight, and it's kind of all fitting for what I want to raise money for this month, because I want to talk about living. And I want to talk about living, and I want to talk about, are you really living to the best of your ability? And what I mean by that necessarily is, like, what I mean by that is, are you doing everything that you can to live the best life that you possibly can? I know this is something we've talked about on the show of late. I know this is something that we have definitely referred back to over, numerous occasions here. But are you living, or are you just surviving? Are you just scraping, clawing, struggling, trying to make it every day? And if that's all you're doing, if all you are doing is surviving every day, then that's okay. It's okay, because sometimes life is really, really hard. Sometimes life is going to put us up against the wall, and sometimes we are going to feel trapped, like we have no way out, and we are just going to struggle so much with everything that life is continually bombarding us with. And if you're just surviving, that's okay. But you can't stay in that place of, I'm just surviving forever, because just surviving, like being so battered, being so beaten and bruised by life, that gets exhausting. Especially if you're just surviving, especially if you look at life with a negative outcome and you say, well, there's nothing I can do to possibly change anything, so the only thing I can do, I can't change my situation, I'm going to wait for it to change, or whatever the case may be. And if you're hard on yourself, if you beat yourself up and you start to talk to yourself like, I deserve this, I should be beaten down like this makes sense, oh, I should be here, then that becomes exhausting, especially mentally. And you're going to wear yourself down, and you're going to wear yourself thin. I got to this point in my life a few years ago, and you guys know the struggles that I've talked about here on the show numerous times. But if you're somebody who's new to the show, like, I'll be completely frank about it. I didn't want to live anymore. I was surviving. I was trapped. I felt like no matter what I did in my life, there was no way out of the situation I was in at the time. So I had no choice but to just suffer through it and wait for the sweet embrace of death, I guess. I felt terrible when I would wake up every single morning. You wake up and it's like you just have that one fleeting moment before you pick your head up off of the pillow, before like the reality of your situation and your life and everything sinks in, and then you just immediately feel like the pit drop out of the bottom of your stomach. And you just feel sick. And you just feel like, no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing you can do to shake it. I thought like that for a long time. And I ate, 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 and I ate. And I got to over 400 pounds. And it took my best friend growing into the ground to realize I can't just survive anymore. I need to live. I need to truly live. I need to get out there and I need to make the life that I want for myself, because I'm only going to get one shot at this thing. You never know when it's going to be too late. You never know when you're not going to have any more time. You never know. Like, if you knew you were checking out tomorrow, could you look back right now and say, God, oh, I wish I had done that? Take a moment right now. Just take a moment and just pause. What popped into your head the second I said that? What popped into your head the minute I said, God, I wish I had done that? What do you wish for? What do you wish that you had done? I got news for you. Chances are you're not checking out tomorrow. So why wait? Why wait? Why not go for it? Because the alternative, I got to tell you, the alternative is being over 400 pounds, unhealthy. And I'm not the picture of health or anything now. Like, I'm still working very, very hard. I'm proud to say that I've kept my promise to myself that I promised on the show a few weeks ago. I have kept working out. I have kept exercising. I started doing yoga with Adrian again. I just did day 7 today, so I've done 7 consecutive days of yoga, as well as some other cardio and stuff in there. Although my muscles and everything are really, really sore, so I had to back off of the other cardio because the yoga is killing me right now. Killing me in the best way. It's amazing. I forgot how good it makes me feel, both physically and mentally. How much it just lets the entire world drop and melt away. How much it helps you put everything else into perspective. If you do it in the middle of the day, how much I go at the rest of the day with just renewed charge, renewed energy. I did it right before this, and I tell you, I feel so alive. Because I'm living. And am I living in every way? No. No, there are ways in which I'm surviving, because survival versus living, it's not a be-all, end-all. It's not I'm just 100% living or I'm 100% surviving. It's pick and choose. It's bits and pieces. It's a little bit here. It's a little bit there. As far as my work situation, my career and everything goes, I'm surviving. I'm surviving. I'm getting through it the best I can, day by day, doing what I need to do to be able to make money, to be able to pay my bills, to be able to pay my debts. But I'm surviving. I've shared my frustrations about that with you guys in the past. I know I have. But it took listening to Imp and Skiz, like I talked about a few weeks ago. You know, and I'll go back to this, and I keep repeating it, and I keep going back to it, not only because I want to drill it into you guys, but I want to drill it into myself too. What do you want? When I asked you that question, if you were checking out tomorrow, what do you wish you had done? What was it that you wished for? What was it that you wish you had done? Because you're not checking out tomorrow. At least I hope you're not. And if you're not, why aren't you trying to get that thing that you wished for? At least some small way, at least some small step. So I made that pledge to myself. You either want it or you don't want it. If you kind of want it, if it'd be nice, then you don't really want it, do you? If you're not willing to make the commitment, if you're not willing to make the change, if you're not willing to push yourself and fight for the thing that you want, do you really want it? I really want to hit my goal of 250. It's been my goal ever since I started Drop the Sugar back in mid-2019. 125 pounds lost. Gained a little bit of it back. Not even half, though, which I'm super, super proud of. I only ever gained back 40 pounds of it. And I've plateaued, that's the word, Nick, for like a year and a half, even more. I know I can maintain at the level that I'm at. I know when I need to make the sacrifices. I know when I need to step back the things I'm doing, or when I need to accelerate the things I'm doing. When I wasn't being honest with myself, I was in that very position of, with my health, with my fitness journey, with my life, I was surviving. I was comfortable. It's like, yeah, I'm fine. I feel fine today. Yeah. Got a little bit of acid reflux. Oh, you know, that sucks. Although I know, like, when I got myself down to my lowest weight before, disappeared, completely went away. I never had a problem with it ever since, or after that, until I added some of the weight back on. And then all of a sudden that was there again. Think about all the other issues that you have, you know. I was surviving. I had accepted the hand that life had dealt me. I had just accepted what life was going to be, what life was at that point in time. I just accepted it. Oh, I guess I'm just going to be this fat guy. I'm not going to hit that 250. I'm just going to sit here, you know, even though I look at myself and I'm like, God, you can do so much better than this. Or other much more negative language toward myself. Or other, you know, like just talking to myself, you're fat, you loser. Saying all the things that other people had said to me over the course of my life, all the other things that I had heard over the course of my life. I'm responsible. I'm responsible. So how are you surviving? What's something in your life that when you think of it right now, you just kind of sigh? You just kind of heave a heavy sigh because it's something that you have to do as part of your daily life. Maybe it's your living situation. Maybe, you know, maybe you're stuck in a situation that you really wish you weren't. Maybe you're really, really unhappy and you don't know how to get out. Maybe you wake up every day and this person, you know, or this situation, whatever it is, just makes you feel like you're the worst person alive every day. Makes you feel like you don't matter, like you're not important, like you're worthless, like you're stupid, like you're a failure, like you're a loser. No one should ever make you feel like that, especially not yourself. So if there's something that you're compromising on, if there's something that you've sat back and you've said, yeah, I'm surviving, but you're not really living, how do you start living? How do you start living? For me, it was taking charge and starting to live an actively positive life. Because it takes active, conscious effort to live a positive life. It really, really does. It's starting the workout journey that I started, promising myself, you're going to work out at least 5 days a week. And now I've transformed that into doing a 30-day yoga journey with Yoga with Adrian. So now I'm going to be committed to the next 30 days no matter what. There is no quit in me. Because getting to my goal weight, getting to that goal, that is living. Because that is the life I want to live. And with every pound I lose, and with every stretch I do, and with every downward facing dog I have to do, and every other thing, every deep breath that I take, I feel more connected, more in tune, more there with my soul. I feel more alive. And every day I try to wake up and I try, even though I am struggling and even though I am surviving in some ways, I take a deep breath and I'm grateful to be alive. And I try to think every single day and I try to put myself in an active frame of mind. Nick, how are you going to change this today? What are you going to do today to make that next step toward your dream? Whatever dream it is. How are you going to push toward that? What are you going to do? How are you going to live today? Every man dies. Not every man really lives. That's Braveheart. And it's true. I don't know how long I'm here for. And I can think right now of so many things that I wish I'd done. If I asked myself that question, Nick, what do you wish you'd done if you knew you were checking out tomorrow? God, I wish I'd published something. God, I wish I wrote way more often. Way, way, way more often. I wish I'd traveled more. Gotten to Europe, Japan, Australia. Wish I'd cooked more. Wish I'd tried even more dishes. Wish I'd stepped outside of my comfort zone even more. Wish I'd spent more time with my kids. I don't think it could ever be enough, really. Especially not now that they're both grown up and I don't see them every day anymore. There's so many little things, and some things we can make changes towards, and some things, you know, we have to make compromises and we have to make sacrifices. And some things, like, you know, like with the kids being grown, like I could at least message them, you know. I can do something. There's always something you can do to try to get to that life you want, to try to live that life that you want, to try to grab a hold of that life that you want. There is always something you can do. And I think just with raising money for AFSP on the 28th, if you're somebody who has been in those dark places like I was, where you don't want to live anymore, you know, now I never went through with anything. I never went through with anything, and I'm thankful that I never did, because God, I'm so grateful for the life that I have now. I love the life that I have now. But if you get exhausted, and if you just do nothing but survive every day, and you give in to life, and you buckle under the pressure, you give in, then eventually, what's to, you know, you could get to that point where you might make a choice that you can't ever take back. And I gotta tell you that you can't, because you've got so much left to live for. Even if you can't see it right now, if you go back to like early 2019, like the end of 2018, early 2019, and you tell this guy, you say, dude, you have no idea how good your life is about to get over the next few years. You cannot throw in that towel. You cannot give in now. I would not have even known how to believe it at the time. But now it's a constant reminder that whenever life challenges me, whenever I am forced to just survive for a day, that it's not over, that it's worth fighting for, that it's worth working hard for, that it's worth continuing to fight forward for, no matter what. Because you never know how beautiful your life could become tomorrow. Don't ever give up. Believe in you. And even if you don't believe in you right now, I do. I believe in the goodness of people. I believe that people very genuinely can be so good. and that there's so many beautiful and amazing things to experience here in this life, in this world. Every time I make a dish here, and I know I relate a lot of stuff to food on this show because it's you know, par for the course, but I gotta tell you, like, it's like it opens my eyes in so many new ways every time I make a dish I've never made before. Like when I did the ramen, so many different elements of that dish that I had never combined all together into one dish before, never had, never made, never eaten. It's like there's so many, there's an infinite number of things out there to experience for the first time. If you live 10 lifetimes, you'll never experience them all. You couldn't. But that's why you can't give up. That's why you cannot give in, because my God, there's so much life left to live out there. There is so much left to do, so much left to be. No matter what you do, don't you dare ever, ever give up. And when you're listening to this, I hope that you just take a few deep breaths. Just sit here with me now. I'm going to fade down the music for those of you on stream. Just take a few moments here with me. Breathe deep. Breathe deep. I forgot how much good just breathing can do. Slowing everything else that's going on in your life down, shutting it out of your mind just for a few moments to take a few deep breaths, to drink in a few good deep breaths of air. And then you can finally maybe start to see a little bit of clarity in whatever it is that you're kind of trying to empty out of your mind and work yourself through, work yourself past. Whatever you're trying to survive. Don't give up. Don't you dare ever, ever, ever give up. Because you've got so much to live for. Those of you watching over on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me. Make sure, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ding, ding, ding that bell if you're not already. And so that way you're notified whenever I release new content. I'm going to try, like I said, it's hard for me to do the video content, like to pull it down separately and edit it and do all these kinds of different stuff. But if I can stream this over on Twitch and just, you know, get this in your ears over on YouTube, just get the live beat over on YouTube. You know, that to me is really, really something, because it means a lot to me to try to reach people with these messages of positivity. It means a lot to me to try to reach people with all of this. I just, you know, I just don't ever want you to give up, because I reached a point in my life where I almost did once. And my life now is 1,000 times what it was then. So good now. What would I have missed if I weren't still here? What would I have lost if I weren't still here? Think about all the amazing people I've met just since that time. I think about all the money that we've raised for Livestream for the Cure, all the other different things that I've done that I'm grateful for, that I'm grateful that I've done, all the other things that I've given, be it time, be it money, be it whatever. don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.